A recent study found that people of both sexes with the love rat gene composition are afraid of commitment and incapable of exhibiting
Mm-hmm.
long term partner loyalty and trustworthiness. Surprised, right?
Mm.
Well, this question, is infidelity genetic, has puzzled scientists and relationship experts for years. After all, cheating in relationships can have devastating emotional consequences. Another pressing question is, why do people cheat in relationships in the first place? We're getting into the details tonight. Welcome, everybody, to the Self Checkout Show. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Glad to have you guys on tonight. Good evening, good evening, good evening to everybody. Happy Monday. Happy May. It is the first day of the month of May.
And it's
We
still
made
cold.
it to the fifth month. The number 5 is the number of grace, and we are excited to be here with you tonight. As always, please, as you come in, drop a comment, let us know that you're here, and share the broadcast. Tonight, we're talking about professional cheaters, because there's some of them out there.
Indeed.
Crystal, how you doing today?
I'm good. How are you, Pastor Will?
I am doing fine and dandy, doing really, really great, feeling good. Dr. Nancy is back with us. Hello, sister. How art thou?
Hello.
How you doing today? How you doing? How you doing?
Life is great.
Absolutely, it is. Before we went live, I was telling y'all that's watching. I was telling my sisters here, it's overtime, past time for me to get my big bald head on a plane and get up out of here. Okay?
Yeah. Me
It's
too.
time,
Me too.
y'all.
Me
It's
too. Me
coming.
too. Me too.
Uh,
Crystal too.
It's
We are
coming.
on a,
It's coming.
It's
we are
coming.
officially on a countdown.
You know, I'm
16 days.
I feel away though, y'all. I feel away because you know when we travels together.
Period. Point blank.
And I'm gonna be on another part of the country than y'all.
Yeah, I'm feeling some type of way too. You already know it.
Yeah, I'm not real. I don't know how to feel about this. Y'all gonna be in Miami, and I'm gonna be in Palm Springs, California,
What?
Yeah.
the same time.
We're gonna have to what's the Photoshop our pictures because we need to
Correct.
be where you are.
We're
and you
gonna
need
have
be
to
where
do
we are.
something because
Yeah.
man, I am
Photoshop.
not happy about this. I'm excited that I get to go to a new place. I've never
Yeah.
been to Palm Springs.
Nice.
However,
It's
I'm
hot.
not gonna be with my with all my people.
Because at this point, we're used to traveling together.
We are, yeah.
And the people are used to seeing our pictures with us all traveling.
Yeah.
Together.
Crystal,
put
the
them
creeps
together.
are splitting up.
We're going to make a collage. We're going to put it together.
Hey, my mama.
Hey,
I love
mama.
you. I love you a million times. I love you, mama. Yeah, the creeps are splitting up.
So we gotta Photoshop it.
We're gonna have to do something. We're gonna have to do something.
We got a photography team. We'll take care of it.
Listen, we'll work it out some kind of way. You guys, like I said, it's the month of May. We made it to May. Happy May, everybody. We made it. As my brother Martise Murphy would say, millions didn't make it.
Listen, don't say it.
But I was one.
But I was one of the ones who did.
Listen, say so.
I am glad about it. Glad about it. Through many dangers,
toils and snares.
Oh
God. Okay. Anyway, yesterday we had a chance to celebrate with Pastor Gregory Huggins Jr. and First Lady Kamisha Huggins. I'm sure one or both of them will be on at some point tonight. So we will talk with them when they hit these comments. We had a good time.
It was amazing.
It really was. It really, really was. So you guys, I asked Crystal, we were chatting before. We love you too, mommy. We were chatting before we came live, and I told her that yesterday I ended up going to Harold's. No, to
Uncle
what's that
Remus.
place called? Uncle Remus. I forgot the name already.
Mhm.
I had not had them in years, right?
Oh,
And it was just
Mediocre.
okay, y'all. Dr. Kermita is on. Good Lord, Dr. Kermita. Oh, every time I see her name, I remember my duty. All right. Good evening, Dr. Kermita. Hey, friend, Charlotte is not with us tonight, guys.
no
Charlotte is
way.
not feeling well. She's been under the
Aw.
weather the past few days, and we pray that my friend gets better.
Feel better.
We love
Yes.
you. We love you, and we certainly miss
Miss
you
you.
here
Feel
with
better,
us.
Charlotte, doesn't
Hey,
feel-
my friend.
Wait, you don't see nobody else but her?
Right.
Nancy, you see how he do?
Yeah, whatever with him.
Yeah, get this coming off my
Whew.
show.
Sharian
I can't tell
probably
her
has
to
the
get.
Pastor Martinez
I can't
hat
tell
on.
Charlotte to get the comment off.
Right, right. You can't tell her. I said she probably has what Pastor Martinez had a few weeks ago.
That's a possibility. There he is, y'all. There he is.
Hey,
There he is.
look, Will.
I was
Pastor Will,
just
the
talking about him.
one, the only pastor,
Pastor.
Pastor
Huh?
Gregory
Pastor.
Huggins Jr., the one and only pastor.
Where your sound effects at?
I just gave him some claps.
Okay.
We
Now
here.
let me tell you something, y'all that's watching.
What is going
Let
on,
me tell y'all
Martinelli?
something that's watching. This man,
Oh, yes, for him.
this
This drink
Greg,
is for Pastor Huggins.
I can't see what that is.
Martinelli's apple juice.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, there you have that. Martise, don't go too far. Pastor Greg, we are so happy and proud of you. I'm honored to call you my friend and my brother, and your wife, my sister. We love you both. I finally got a chance to high five G3 yesterday, and
Right,
he
so
said,
sharp
he said,
yesterday.
he wasn't he sharp. He said, "You looking for my daddy?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "There you go."
Oh,
So we were so happy to celebrate your kickoff of Grace Church Chicago. And you guys, let me tell you, this man is a preacher's preacher. Okay?
yes, yes.
He was preaching so good, Mama. At one point, I just sat in my chair with my hands on my head, just like this. I just sat there for a few, because I mean, good Lord, this man is a preacher.
Yeah, and Pastor Martise laid on the chair in front of him.
Yeah,
So he
yeah,
leaned over and laid on the chair in front of him. Yeah,
It was, man.
Okay.
It was. I'm telling you, I took some of your notes. I'm gonna
we're gonna
rewatch
preach that
the video
for
because
sure.
I'm definitely gonna be preaching some of your stuff. I'm just letting you know right now.
And I'm not telling the people that it was from him either.
No, we're not gonna
Okay.
tell because we got to make it sound like we're, very
Like it was
deep
from
and
y'all.
intellectual,
Okay.
like
Right.
you are. Uh-huh.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You're gonna repurpose it. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
We
We already told him what we're gonna do. So at this point,
Yeah.
open season, game on.
There you go. So, no, we're really, really happy that we got a chance to celebrate with you and Grace Church Chicago on yesterday. Pastor Martise is peeking in. I wanted you to come in because you have something really, really important happening on this Saturday. Okay, what's going on here?
You know, it's
What's
doing. I don't know
going
what
on
he's
here?
doing.
Uh-huh.
He's just
Okay. Lady K.
It's
I'm
probably
so happy to see you. You got a chance to take a picture with the crew that we posted yesterday, and we're so happy for you guys so much, so very happy. Martise Murphy.
Listen,
pray, y'all.
I'm sorry, this is your show tonight, but it was irritating me that I was fading in and out like I was a ghost or something. So I was trying to fix her screen for her.
Okay.
But this Dell computer is not cooperating right. Now, if it was my MacBook, it'd be a different situation.
Would it?
I want a MacBook Air.
Yeah, it's the best thing to have when it comes to computers.
No, the truth of the matter is, if he would stop messing with my settings, it would probably.
It would be okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, while I have you here,
because
I want you to share with the viewers what you have going on this coming Saturday. It's very, very important, and I want you to just share that with them really quickly.
Okay, on this Saturday, this is my commercial on this Saturday, May 6th, from 11 to 2 p.m., right in the great city of Maywood, Illinois. The address is 1171 Harrison Street, right there in the great city of Maywood. We are responding to disaster. For those of you that don't know, I am originally from Chicago, but raised or reared in Mississippi. So one of the towns that we are affiliated with, which is Silver City, they were hit with the storm. We hit with the tornado back in March. And so we're doing a drive to be a blessing to those that were affected by that storm. And so you all, the flyer is on my page. I've shared it to Instagram. I've shared it to my stories, but I will give you the things that you all need to donate or whatever you want, however you want to contribute, which is real simple stuff. We need feminine products. We need toiletries. We need paper towel, tissue. We need baby formula. We need underwear, socks, those things. And if you want to give
feminine
gift
products,
feminine products. If you want to give
baby formula,
baby formula.
He said all that already.
Yeah,
Don't let him do his talk.
did you see him look over at me while you see
That was like I was making sure I was saying it right.
Go ahead.
And we need cleaning supplies. Those are the things that we need. And if you don't want, like I've been saying, if you don't want to give it that way or be a blessing that way, you can also give a monetary gift. We're accepting gift cards to all the stores. We're accepting money, which you can Zelle or Cash App us. And Dr. Nancy will later on during the end of this live, you can give that Cash App and Zelle information.
That's right. And you all can also, if you would like to, you can give to WTM. We, of course, will make sure that KTPM gets that. They're doing a wonderful thing to support and help those that were a part of that devastating tornado in Mississippi. So, Pastor Martise, thank you for responding to the call. This is ministry.
Yes,
this is ministry.
Yes.
And so we appreciate you doing that. All right, guys. Welcome to the Self-Checkout Show and Podcast. I am your host, Pastor Will, and my beautiful co-hosts, Crystal and Dr. Nancy, are with us tonight, as they are every week. Listen, guys. Let me just put this on you right here. The Red Table Talk is done.
Like in real life, or are you talking about us?
It's
done.
No, it's over.
In real life.
Really?
They have been canceled. Red Table Talk has been canceled, and I don't think anybody is happy about it except Nick Cannon. Oh yeah, let me tell you what's going on here. Let me just fill you in right here. Nick Cannon, according to the New York Post, is glad Jada Pinkett Smith's toxic show, as he called it, Table Talk, has canceled on Facebook. He celebrated what he called good news on his daily Cannon show 2 weeks ago on Thursday. He says, if there was no Red Table Talk, then Will Smith wouldn't have slapped out of Chris Rock. That's what Nick Cannon says, referring to, of course, Will slapping Chris Rock after he poked fun at her hair loss during the 2022 Oscars. Nick explained that he believes that Will Smith's heated reaction stemmed from him and Jada bringing their relationship to the table in 2020. The actress, singer, I believe is how. So Cannon goes on to say, "I don't want to know nothing about y'all." He told that to his radio show that the couple were considered royalty before divulging their open marriage.
Wow.
So, ladies and viewers, oh boy, Nick Cannon. Well, okay, all right, Dr. Kamita, thank you for tuning in. I'm going to ask you guys that. I want to ask you all because I see Lady Kamisha says, what does one have to do with the other? And I kind of said that, but I also maybe kind of feel that he might be on to something here. Because when that happened in 2020, everything, it seems, well, of course, we all on the outside looking in, but it seems that everything went kind of downhill for them. And I think that night of the Oscars may have just been the straw that broke the camel's back, so to speak. Like, Will just couldn't take it no more. All this built up anger, built up frustration. I don't know if that's the case or not. What do you all think about that?
I think it could have definitely been built up frustration. I don't think the red table encouraged him to slap Chris Rock, though.
Right.
I don't know how those two things work together. Now I will agree that a lot of times they do divulge a little bit more than they should.
I agree with that. Yeah, for sure.
But you have people who put couples on a pedestal, not knowing their lives can get off track as well.
Yeah. Charlotte said they're talking about taking it to OWN network. If they do, that's going to be huge.
Wow.
That's going to be huge if they do that. John says Nick Cannon needs to worry about his own talk show on Fox that got canceled.
Well,
and all them kids.
He needs to worry about them.
Oh, he has enough to keep him busy.
Yeah.
He got a baseball team.
Yes.
So, this, I was not a viewer really of the Red Table Talk. I did catch a show here or there.
Right.
Me too.
I wasn't really big on watching it, but of course, I think everybody in America probably watched when she spoke about her entanglement with Sir August.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about, Charlotte. Man, the business that pays you, and the boy get paid. You get a lot of checks, okay? But I agree with that. Charlotte also says he's been talking about their family for years. Will just had enough and had a human moment. Now, that's true. That is true because Chris Rock had been poking at Jada especially for a very long time.
For a while.
That is very true. So I guess you're right. Will had, he had enough. But who asked anybody to make them a royal couple? Well, I think I kind of get what that means, Greg. I think that for me, I felt like Will and Jada are the couple that will make it if don't nobody else make it in the celebrity world. I felt that way. And obviously they're still making it, whether they have an open marriage or not my business, but it's a little tea, that we all like to partake of here and there. So, but I kind of get the metaphor of calling them a royal family. I agree with that. So Kamisha says that she agrees with Charlotte that had nothing to do with Red Table Talk. Okay. So That
I
being
think
said,
with it being built up, that's kind of like the world that they live in as a result of who they are. And I also feel like, if it was building up or if it was getting going overboard, then agents should have gotten involved and said, "Hey, listen, let's deal with this."
yeah,
It should have never gotten to the place that it got.
Right.
I love Will, but it did go a bit far.
a little bit, yeah, a little bit. Okay, a lot. Yeah, it was unnecessary.
Eh,
It was unnecessary.
it was, yeah.
I mean, we're not in the shoes, but I'm saying it was unnecessary. You are a celebrity. You have a lot to lose. You're on live television.
Yeah.
Okay.
Children looking up to you. Forget the adults, but the kids that look up to
absolutely.
Will. And Jada for that count, for that matter. Both of them, were esteemed. So
yeah. Because they took a camera shot of her when it happened, and it looked as if she was not very happy.
Exactly.
That he had done it. So. But the whole point here is that Jada cheated on. Well,
did she cheat?
Did she cheat if they have an open marriage?
No, not if their marriage is open. She didn't cheat.
She didn't cheat.
Now let's take that. Well, it depends on because if they have an open marriage based off of what I've seen and or heard, there are usually boundaries established for the open marriage or for open relationships. So the question is really, and we'll never know, did she go against whatever the boundaries of their open agreement was?
I'm gonna have to look this up because now I need to know how this is supposed to work. Because
there's no rules. There's no rules. It's what's dependent upon what the husband and the wife say. If they say, okay, you're able to go out and you can be alone with somebody, or we need to be together, or I need to approve what's going on, or you can't see them, outside of what we discussed. It's a lot that's involved with it.
Lady Kamisha, I'm sorry, asked, what is an open marriage? An open marriage is exactly, she said, I so dislike the term. Some of again, we may dislike the term, but that really is what the term is. Your marriage is open, so you can go and lay and sleep with and or date whomever outside of your I do partner is, and then still come back home. Yes, then just stay.
But see, this is what I'm saying, right? Just stay single. Why would you get married and still sleep around?
Okay, so now let's answer that. Let's deal with it. So a lot of times, and now I want everybody to understand. Let's put this disclaimer out here now. I am not for the open marriage. Pastor Bartiz and I are not for the open marriage. So no one come to me asking.
Hey, you see what John said?
Let them know yours. Amen. It's not open. Let them know yours ain't open, Fancy Nancy. The door is closed. If I need, amen. The door is closed in my marriage. Thank you. But a lot of times after couples have been married for a while, then because they want to, let's say, keep the spice in their marriage, or they're getting a bit tired of the other one, or maybe they even have interest in someone else, then they'll sit down and speak to their spouse or their mate about having an open marriage. The same thing holds true for swingers or swinging, if you will, and also for threesomes. And so all of that is open marriges.
And
let's invite someone else into our bedroom, or let's invite someone else into our lives. And that is a recipe usually for disaster.
Yeah, because I feel like
what it is that I love you. We're together. I want to be committed to you, and we're in love. However, I have some desires that I still want to live out, and I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna talk to you about it. This is what the decision is. This is no different than when Monique and her husband got married. because they had an open marriage for years.
Now I heard about that.
That she just
They
recently
openly
said.
said.
She talked about it herself.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she
so
just
openly.
recently ended. So
Yeah.
now they're in agreement that, okay, we're done with that part of our marriage. Now it's just me and you. A lot of couple, and then you have couples, they do it or agree to it because I want to make sure that my mate is happy. I don't want to lose them, so I'm going to allow them to go out and do whatever. I may participate, I may not.
And some people, and usually they don't want to be divorced.
Yeah,
they want that cake and they want to eat it too. So they want to stay married. They love the idea of being married. They love being married. They like the whole home thing or whatever. But then it's just like Crystal said, you know what? Curiosity killed the cat.
Yeah.
And I've got some other interests, or maybe you're not quite satisfying me over here. So I'm going to go over there.
See, this is why we can never finish one topic on the show, because we asked one question and it opened up a whole can of worms. Now, this is why what I'm saying. I watched, and it's public knowledge because she spoke about it herself. I watched a live, was it last night? Last night? I believe it was last night. Or the night before last. Mrs. Fallon Anderson.
Okay.
We all know and love.
I know her.
She did a live and she was talking about how hard it was for her to conceive. And they had been trying, and she said she had got discouraged, but she loved her husband so much, and her husband, shout out Jay Ant, world's greatest organist and producer.
Yes.
She said he wanted children so bad, and she was struggling within herself because she couldn't, at the time, she couldn't give him what he wanted. And she said, listen to this, people. Fallon said she told him, it's okay if you go outside of our marriage and have babies with somebody else because I know you want them. And I love
now,
you that much.
let me just put a little disclaimer in there, and I'm just going to speak for Fallon right now. Again, even if she was doing that, that was out of love because she wanted to. I mean, that's the same thing as having a surrogate person to carry your child for you.
Yeah.
I'm sure she was not giving him a hall pass to go and have himself a good old time. But that was for the purpose of, and women will do that. We will do that because
honestly, have her on to talk about it.
Here being transparent, you know, I thought about being a surrogate mom or caring for someone who could not conceive. I considered it for a long time, even after I had my children, because my labors and my carrying wasn't bad.
Miss Fallon is here. Hey, Miss
Fallon. Hey, my labor and delivery was easy, and so I thought, you know what? I could be a surrogate for somebody who can't conceive, who can't have a baby, because I've kept some children. I have a couple of parents in my Rolodex, if you will, who really had to go through IVF. And so my heart goes out to them, and I didn't see anything wrong with it. Now, that didn't necessarily mean I was going to get in the bed with the person, but you know what I'm saying? I was willing to do that. So when we're married to our mates, we definitely want to, you know, again, please each other. And for someone who wants to give their husband the joy of having children, that will cross your mind when you're wanting to do that. But she said I was right. So she was not giving him a hall pass, like go out there, buddy, and go have a good time. Her thing was one person is, see, Lady K said surrogacy is definitely different. She was saying, I'm gonna pick somebody, or you and I together, let's pick somebody and let's go and let's get this business taken care of.
Who else did that? Candy Burris did that.
She did. She did.
She did that too. She had a surrogate, and they had
a lot of celebrities do it. They don't always talk about it, but a lot of celebrities do it.
Now, I'm going to tell you guys, because I am who I am, I immediately thought Bible, and I thought about Abraham and Sarah and Hagar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I thought about that. I was like, wow, because Sarah obviously felt, well, they both were
Some type
old
of
as
way.
dirt.
Yeah.
And she was like, man, my stuff ain't working right around here,
Right. Mm-hmm.
And she offered up her handmaiden
Our
or
handmaiden.
uh, to her husband.
Mm-hmm.
And in this case, y'all know the Bible, he went in
Mm-hmm.
And
to Hagar and she gave him what he wanted, a son,
Mm-hmm.
right? So baby mama drama started, y'all, in the Bible days, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Because there's a whole lot that happened after that. But Troy Thomas is on. Hey, sir, how are you? I thought about being a surrogate.
What?
Get comment off my screen. Sister is here.
Old as dirt.
Surrogate. He said he thought about being a surrogate, whatever. But I thought about that when Fallon was speaking, and I shared Fallon's live. I usually don't share lives when it's women stuff. I usually don't. I view Fallon's lives because I think Fallon is hilarious, and I can always get a good laugh when I watch her lives. But we were laughing talking about her sons, but it turned into a serious moment, and she was transparent and sharing her story. And I said, wow, let me share this for somebody else that may be experiencing the same thing.
I'm sure that helped. Yeah.
So I just found it really, really amazing the amount of love that one has for another, that they are willing to do just about anything to satisfy their mate. And I think it's admirable. Fallon says, I never considered surrogacy. I was in a dark place and just wanted him to have what he wanted. But see, here's the thing about this. This is all coming from, this ain't coming from, I don't think it's coming from, I don't want to lose my man.
No.
Right. That's what I was going to say
too. It's not coming from that place.
Yeah. Right. That was still, I'm going to go on a limb. Oh, God, cover me, Lord. I'm going to go on a limb and say this, but that was still a form of surrogacy. Although it wasn't, medical surrogacy, what she was doing or what she was willing to do for her mate, again, was not allowing, the motives and intentions are everything. She was not saying, cheat on me. Hers, she would, and I'm not necessarily saying it's okay either, but I am saying there was purpose behind it. She was wanting to give him what he wanted, and that was a child. And that was.
I really wish you can come on here right now.
That was out of the love that she had for him.
Because the people got questions. What was Fallon? They want to know what was James's response to you saying that you don't have to answer that if you choose not to. It's okay. But we're going to have to talk about this on another show, because I would like for Miss Fallon to come on and share her testimony. And the testimony is amazing. I'm just telling you. I listened to it. The testimony is just awesome. But in this case, it is not. She answered. Okay, James
he would never do
said
that.
He would never do that. That is admirable. So in this case, I don't know, Crystal, Nancy, one of y'all can take this. We started talking about Will and Jada, open marriage, Monique, all this, and what a person is willing to do to please their mate, boundaries and all. If I said to my mate, yeah, we love each other, we're married, but it's okay for you to, for us to every now and again just go grab somebody and do whatever. I don't. That's why I say I need a whole nother show on this open marriage thing because I don't get how it goes. Is that then considered cheating?
To the couple, no.
No.
To us on the outside, yeah. But to the couple, no, because that's what they've agreed to. They've agreed to the open marriage. They've set the boundaries and parameters in place.
That's
They've set the rules in place. So for them, it was agreed on, and so it's not a problem. And if you watch even Monique and anybody else that has done it, like Nene, when you talk about Will and Jada, if you talk about the open marriage thing, they're like, okay, yeah, that's what we do. What's your problem? You know, and again, you have to remember that there's the whole swingers lifestyle, which is the same as the open marriage, where married couples or singles go and meet singles or married couples for the purpose of, or intended to get together. So if that's what's going on in that marriage, that's what they've agreed on. They're not viewing it as cheating unless you break the rules that we've set in place. Then, or you go outside and get somebody else that, you know, I may have told you not to do it.
I ain't trying to hear all that. You talking about breaking the rules. You breaking the vows that you made.
But again, see, you looking
they're
at it
in agreement.
You're looking at it through you're looking at it through a closed lens.
Yeah.
If we're talking open marriage, you've got to look at it through that lens. And so when they're saying they agree on an open marriage, they're not thinking that they're not feeling as though they're breaking their vows, because they're still coming back to each other. They still are married.
Okay.
It's one of those things that
you're trying to win me over.
Oh, it's definitely not for everybody, because
it's not for everybody.
Look,
it's one of those things.
My sister says she ain't built for that. She ain't built for that.
She ain't. She ain't. Neither am I.
Okay, wait a minute. Y'all learning me something tonight. She says open marriage and swinging are two different
Tell me
things.
how. Let her type how.
I want to hear how this is different. Kamisha, while you're typing that answer, said, do y'all think celebrity lifestyle encourages open marriage? From what I mean, there's Will and Jada, there's Monique, there's Nene Leakes, who were open, no pun intended, about their open marriage. So I think that this possibly is a way of Hollywood for many. I'm not certain about that. I got to do my research and I'll get back to you.
Yeah, I think it is too.
Yeah, it could definitely be influenced by Hollywood.
Yeah.
So I think I don't know. I can't fathom how two people can go and get married and say, hey, now that we married, let's sleep with other people. I mean, it just doesn't make sense. But hey, maybe it's not supposed to make sense to me. All right.
Wait, wait. I like what Lady Kaiser said. She
right
said
here,
covenant goes out the window in an open marriage. And you have to remember that it goes out the window to the people of God. It goes out the window to the people of God. But the people of the world don't see it and or view it the same way we do.
That's right.
Okay.
That's not to mean, though, because again, I want to put it out there. That's not to mean that they haven't made a covenant. I'm saying that their understanding of it, or their realization of it, or their reverence of it is not the same. How about that?
Right.
Is it always the same?
Right.
All right. She said open marriage is when they are okay with their mate having an outside relationship.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. That's swinging too.
Swingers are okay as well.
They're okay. The couple goes to the couple meets up with another single, and they're okay with. They have the intent of connecting.
She says swinging is when they have sexual intimacy together with someone. I kind of see a slight difference, but to me they're also similar.
Well, Keita, in marriage, right? You're still having a sexual intimacy with somebody, because I can either tell you can go over there and be intimate and it's just you two, or I can bring them into this home and it'll be us three. And then that's when you move from marriages that are open to polygamy. Then now we are a big happy family. We all live in the same house. All of it has the same base. You okay with it? There's been an
Correct,
agreement.
correct, Kamisha. Swinging is a lifestyle that is almost like a secret society, and they definitely have events. If you Google it,
Yes,
if you
they
look
do.
them up, they definitely have events. And again, the intent when they have those events is for the couple to hook up with either another couple or an individual and to be intimate.
Yep.
That's an
Oh, wait a minute though. Look at this.
because some people see
See marriage as a
They have no
business
problem with the open.
relationship.
That's good,
So
Fowler.
they have that's
That's
good
true.
stuff.
That's
They
true.
have no problem with the openness. Oh,
That's true.
So here's what I read when I saw that. We're going to be partners in this marriage. I'm not marrying you because I love you. I'm not marrying you because I'm in love with you. We have a common goal that we might need to be married to achieve.
Yeah, that's true.
So do what you're going to do. I'm going to do what I'm going to do. And we're going to live together.
Yeah, that's true.
There's a lot of marriages like that.
Yeah.
I know some that they married and they only married on paper.
Yeah.
Huh? Woo! All right. Kamisha said when you're swinging, it's both people involved in the act. Open marriage, they can have a whole relationship with someone else and the spouse has no, man, that don't sound right to me.
They can have
a whole relationship with somebody else and the spouse has no connection with them.
And the other spouse can go and have a relationship with someone else.
See,
correct.
No.
But
Somebody
it doesn't always
hurt.
mean that all the couples are getting together. Either way, for me, the heading is open marriage, and then under that is everything else. Because once you start swinging or cheating or whatever, you don't open the doors on your marriage.
It all.
I don't care what you're doing and how you say it. Now, if you having if you're swinging and the other one don't have a connection, or the open marriage and the other one don't have a connection, guess what? The bottom line is both of you all have the opportunity and all rights and privileges to go out and to be with other people.
Yep.
That's what an open marriage is. Both of us have all rights and privileges to go out and be with someone else. When you swing, the two of you all together are going to have to entertain another couple or an individual. So it's still the same thing.
Like a date night. Swinging is like a date night.
That's what
they're having an event down here, down the street. We can run down here. Open marriage is ongoing. That until y'all say, you know what, I had enough, or I can't stay in it anymore.
And most times when you swinging, they go to most swingers go to the different events and they hook up again because they see each other at the same events. Like Lady K said, it's a secret society, so they know where their events are, when their events are happening, and they go back again.
Keita, that's what I said. Why not stay single then?
Yeah.
Leave with who you want to. But hey, to each his own. That's
why. Listen, I'm going to have to take this whole conversation to the marriage group now. We're going to have to do a whole live on this too now and talk to the married people.
You should. That's why this show topic tonight is professional cheaters.
Yeah.
Because to me, that's what it is. That's just to me. But I guess, though, I'm kind of on the fence, though, because I'm like, if both parties agree, then it's technically not cheating.
No, it's still cheating.
Y'all wear me out.
If both parties agree,
Charlotte said they be at them brothels.
They're just not gonna hold each other accountable.
They be at them brothels, right? What'd you say, Crystal?
It's cheating. They just not holding each other accountable.
Exactly.
That's all.
Because they've agreed to it. Because they're still going outside of it. Goes back to what Lady K said earlier. They're still going outside of the covenant of their marriage. So it's definitely still cheating. They're just like Crystal just said, they're just not holding each other accountable. They're doing what they want to do because they've agreed to do it together.
Well, guys, there are, as we found, there are 7 different types of cheating or infidelity. And they are physical, emotional,
definitely,
cyber, object, financial, micro, and combined infidelity. I want to talk about two of them tonight because
this is so good.
Two of them really, really jumped out at me, and I began to ask questions. Now, before I get into one of them, I want to ask my viewers, and of course, my beautiful sisters, I want to ask a question. Is flirting cheating?
Ooh.
I want all the comments right here. Is
I want all
flirting,
the tea. I want all the comments.
I want them all. That object, you know, I'm gonna give y'all a quick. I got a little definition for each of them. It's some. Wait,
Yeah.
Keita says she got a headache.
Right. I cracked up laughing when I saw that. Right. Right.
Oh Lord, is flirt Nancy? Is
Don't
flirting
ask me
cheating?
first. Don't ask me first.
Intentional flirting? Are we talking about intentional? You go out with the intent to flirt, or are we talking about you out and about and somebody says, "Oh, you look nice today"? What do we? I mean, I need a little bit more.
Okay, wait, hold on 1 second before we do that. Y'all look at this mess.
Is it cheating if I?
Yes,
I ain't got time to deal with this.
it is. Yes, it is.
Lady Kamisha said, because why you flirting and who you flirting with? Huh? I intentional flirting.
To me,
I
flirting.
don't know about that.
Flirting and emotional cheating are hand in hand.
I disagree.
You're doing
but go ahead, let me hear you.
You're doing one or the other because of something that you're not receiving. So flirting is almost like a self-esteem booster, right? So if I say something to you and you respond back, we both feel good. I may not want to take you home. I may not want to take you to the hotel, but I'm getting that because at home, maybe that person don't say nothing to me. Maybe that person they don't hit that. Emotional cheating is verbal. It has nothing to do with the physical contact. Right. Something is missing. And for me, I think emotional versus physical, I'm going to be madder about the emotional than I am about the physical.
Many say that it's worse than physical.
Yeah. Because you giving for me, you giving my man something that either he never expressed to me that he needed, we never talked about it, or I'm just missing the mark. Now you're giving it to him and you got his full attention, and I'm trying to understand why.
So when for you to say intentional flirting, that leads me to say that there is unintentional flirting.
There is. I feel like it could be. It's playful, but you have people that are very stern on what their thought process is. Yes. There's no flirting. I don't want you talking. I don't want you looking. Yes. And I think that it's almost the same effect as if you're a child. If I
that's a bit much for me though. That's a bit much for me. No looking and no. I mean, come on.
It's true. It's true.
We see people. We got eyes. We're not blind.
But we actually had a couple of years ago at one of our marriage retreats who definitely had those type of boundaries in place. They only had so many minutes, so many seconds,
absolutely,
to speak to the waitress. And when the waitress came to, and don't look past, like, it was like a 3-second rule. And I am not lying. I'm serious. So she's right on what she's saying.
I agree with First Lady Huggins. Flirting feeds the ego. Exactly.
For both parties, the person flirting and the recipient. You can get all you need, but your ego never gets enough.
And that's where it goes too far.
So Keita said at this point, you need to have a conversation with your partner. Flirting is cheating.
Very good.
Agree with the first part. I agree with you need to have a conversation. I don't necessarily agree that flirting is cheating. But like Crystal said, it kind of ties into that emotional infidelity. Because why you flirting with somebody and you got a whole man or a woman?
Exactly.
What are you missing?
What's the intention?
That
What's
you
the
need
motive
to
behind
be
it?
skinning and grinning all up in somebody else's face.
And so
Right?
when you start with flirting, you can
It
cut
opens
it.
the door for other things.
You can cut it at the flirting. If you see your man, your lady, your wife flirting, you can cut it there by coming in and saying, we need to have a conversation.
Because I said the same thing I said. It opens.
I need to know what's not happening here that you got to go out there.
Yeah.
But a lot of couples don't have that conversation. And then it gets too far and you can't bring it back.
Fallon says flirting opens the wrong doors. So just don't
it. It definitely does. Intentional or even unintentional flirting definitely opens the wrong doors, especially if your marriage, if both parties are not secure in the marriage. You have got to be careful with flirting. Sometimes you can unintentionally flirt, simply saying hi to a person. Pastor Martise is big on whenever we're in the stores, and I laugh all the time. Because he will be like, he'll look at your name tag. You know, we'll be walking through Walmart, Target, Jewels. I don't care. He'll look at your name tag like, hey, Crystal, how you doing today? You having a good day?
That
All
is
right,
him.
you almost ready to go home?
Him.
Okay, it was that. And meanwhile, I'm standing there cracking up. But Crystal may be sitting there like, because she sees me there. But, you know, it's unintentional. He ain't meaning nothing by it. He's just speaking and playing around. He's a jokester like that. Playing around, but you definitely have to be careful when you do that type of stuff, because if your marriage isn't solid, if you all are already having issues, it can definitely open the wrong doors. It can, you don't even know what the motives of the other person is. So that person, you'll look up, you'll look up and see that person is looking for you, trying to find you on Facebook or Instagram or whatever the case may be. So you definitely, that's just being nice and speaking. You're right, Tanya.
I agree, Tanya. That's Martise. To know Martise is to know that that's just his nature.
And Tanya is correct.
But
just like Nancy said, you do not know the motives of the other
person, how the other person is taking.
So many people, you see it on the news all the time. People getting killed, they stalked, all of these things just because somebody said, "Oh, hey, how you doing? Have a nice day."
That's right, Fallon. Flirting with the wrong person will have a crazy person, and you never know. The definitions of things are different. Usually, when we're together, and most of you all that know us know that 90-something, 99% of the time,
99.9.
But whenever he does that, I laugh and I'll tell the other person, "Oh, don't mind him. He's just playing, or he's just speaking, or come on, crazy, stop, and then they'll kind of laugh too." But again, you've got to be careful, and you just got to make sure that everybody is intact. Because if they're not, like Fallon just said, they'll be looking you up, they'll be trying to stalk you, or whatever the case may be. It opens the wrong doors. And then part B to that is, like Keita and Crystal were saying earlier, you definitely have communication with your spouse is everything, and openness with your spouse is everything. If I come home telling you that emotionally, or if we're talking, late night pillow talk, and I'm saying emotionally my needs are not being met, we need to explore that thing. We need to talk about it. And the mate that's hearing the spouse say that to them has to listen. He has to hear what they're saying and really respond. Okay, so what do you need? And then now I have to be active and give them or do what they need. Because if not, guess what? Again, it opens the door to cheating. You've got to be open and honest with each other. If it's a task that you cannot perform, then you need to let that person know, I can't do that, but I can do this, or I'm willing to do this, or how about we try this?
Y'all hear the marriage counselor coming
right. So that's what and I hate doing it like this open, but that's really what has to happen. That's what has to happen. Okay.
John said turn into a Fatal Attraction kind of situation, which I am currently watching. They have that. I'm sure most of us saw that movie Fatal Attraction some years ago. They have the series now, kind of remaking that movie in a series, and I'm currently watching it, and it's good. It's not as good as the movie, but it's still good. But you have people out there, and let me just drop this one. So the problem is mental illness, because you got some crazy folks out there and you
It's not
just trying to
always
be
mental
nice and
illness.
say hello, and now they looking up your Insta, your TikTok, your
Mhm.
Twitter,
But
everything.
it's not always mental illness. It's not always mental illness. So let's not tag it with
If
that.
you
either.
stalking folks, yeah, something wrong up there.
Well, that's different though. Perception is everything. How a person perceives something is everything. You know what I'm saying? So does that necessarily mean it's mental illness? No. They just
Not
have another
always, no.
perception.
You have to watch I Am a Stalker on Netflix.
Yeah.
Oh, now
They
you're
will
gonna
break
make me
it
go
down
and
for you.
watch
It is not always mental illness.
That's right. It's not.
They will
Okay.
break it down for you.
I'm gonna watch it. Kamisha said, I'm married to Gregory Huggins. If you laughing too hard at his jokes, I'm giving you a sign. Like,
Well, you gotta tell him to pull back on the jokes there.
hey, Crystal. Hey, Crystal, she be like, it ain't that funny.
It ain't that funny. Matter of fact, it ain't funny at all.
But no, he really is hilarious though.
Dude is so funny.
Well, you
though.
better
He was
hold and
preaching
laugh.
hard yesterday and cracking jokes in the middle of preaching.
He
What?
was, yeah.
And never lost his thought.
Tanya said, on the flip side, someone just saying hello could stop a person from killing themselves that day because
True.
someone acknowledged them.
That's
That is
true.
absolutely right.
True.
Fallon says, my husband is an extremely friendly person. I have to tell him early on in our marriage, your intentions are good, but theirs may not be.
True.
Good
See?
stuff right there. Keita said, you're going to fool around and end up on the ID channel.
Exactly.
Charlotte said, I know couples who flirt together and scope them. Whoa.
Yep,
Oh, okay.
that.
Couples do that too.
That's what we do. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Well, emotional infidelity, as we talked about a second ago. Listen at this. Emotional attachment or intimacy with another person.
Mhm.
This is an emotional, not a physical, emotional attachment or emotional intimacy with another person. Emotional affairs can do as much damage, if not more, to a relationship as a physical affair. Wow. One of y'all said it. That good evening, Denise Dunn. Welcome to the show.
Hey.
One of y'all said it earlier, and I agreed. It may have been Crystal, that an emotional cheater, emotional infidelity, and Fallon is saying it right now, is probably worse than physically laying down with somebody.
It is. A good definition, and I know that they can get way out of hand, but just on a lighter note, brown sugar. The relationship between him and Sydney was an emotional infidelity. She understood him. She had known him.
Yeah,
I can relate to what you're saying. I'm going to encourage you. I'm going to push you. However, his wife, this is what you're supposed to be as my husband. And she's missing everything. Yeah. And when he tried to point that out, she still missed it. That's an emotional infidelity.
Nancy, you are, by practice, you are a marriage counselor. And I'm certain that you've had to deal with this part of infidelity. Talk about it for a moment.
You know, not to prolong the time, it just really goes back to even what Lady K said earlier in the live. A lot of it really deals with us understanding the covenant, understanding the spirit of God as it relates even to our marriage and the purpose of marriage. And so a lot of that will keep us grounded when we really walk through that covenant and understand what spiritually the Lord intended. We would keep ourselves out of a lot of this stuff. Flirting with each other, emotional infidelity, because emotional infidelity really even tips over into spiritual things. That's why I'm just sitting here shaking my head like, oh God, so much is running through my head. And I promise you, I'm not giving you any credit, Pastor Will. I'm taking this to the marriage group, but it's gonna be all right.
Oh, okay, all right, yeah, go right ahead.
But again, when we start dealing with each other's emotions and our spirit, we're actually dealing with the person of the inside, the man on the inside of either one of us, and then our spirits and that's why the two have to become one flesh, because you have to understand that whatever you do to one is causing the other one pain, if anything. So you have to really be yoked up and understand what it is. You cannot go into marriage and take it lightly for these very same reasons. Everything that we're saying, even like Crystal said just now, and that's really, again, why I started shaking my head as she used the brown sugar example. That was soul ties all through.
Yeah.
So again, we have to really just understand what God intended and maintain that. That's why, again, having that relationship, having communication, having your marriage ground in the Word of God, reverting back to the Word of God when things arise will help maintain and safeguard your marriage.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was good in a nutshell. And then there's another one that is called object infidelity. Listen at this, guys. Object infidelity is an obsession or interest outside of the relationship can result in what is known as object affair, as an object affair. Mm-hmm. This is a situation where one partner is more focused on something such as work or their phone, mm-hmm. which causes a distraction from the relationship.
Pastor Will, thou shalt have no other gods before me.
Listen.
It all goes back to the word. And I'm just, like I said, I'm going to be quiet again, but it all goes back
Crystal
to the word.
Run, that was that good to Crystal? She just ran? Okay.
An object is having anything that's an idol, anything that you put in the way of, be it your marriage and or be it God. So we've got to be mindful of those things when they pop up.
I have heard of people saying that their spouse or mate is say, "Oh, you cheating on me with your job."
With your job, yeah.
Huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You at work more than you at home. Mm-hmm. You at work 15, 16 hours a day. I can't get you for an hour.
Mm-hmm. Hey, right? You cheating? I'm finna blow somebody's cat back. You cheating on me with the church?
With the church. That I've heard. God knows, I can't even tell you how many times I've heard that.
Because when you say I do, I don't care what type of service you're giving to ministry, to the church, to your man or woman of God. When you said I do, your first responsibility is not the church. It is your mate. It is your spouse.
Those that are listening, even those that are listening by Spotify, this is a Christian show, and we always gonna give you what the Bible says. Okay,
it's gonna always go back to God. Mm-hmm.
Now, if you in church, beautiful.
Yeah.
But if you are married, your pastor don't come first in your house.
Don't come first. No. Listen, if you're an armor bearer, you serving that man or woman of God, your leader. That doesn't come before your spouse. It doesn't come before your mate.
Nothing.
Your first ministry is home.
Home.
Take care of home, then you can take care of those other things.
That's right.
Kamisha says, I love that my hubby knows that marriage is his first ministry. Y'all better know that. You reverence and
yes, I honored him yesterday stuff. Saying all that stuff over there across the pulpit. He said that yesterday. So I honor him today. And it's the truth. We get it so job, church, whatever. And again, sometimes we get, church because those of us that are in church, we just want to go hard. I got a ministry to do. I got ministry. I got to serve my pastor. I got to serve my bishop. I got to serve my apostle. We go hard with it. I got to throw this conference. I got to do this. Meanwhile, your marriage is in shambles because you haven't given that same time and attention to your marriage. So your first responsibility, if you're doing church before you're doing your marriage, guess what? You've already gone against God, and He is not pleased with anything else you're doing.
It's out of order. It is out of order. The church should not come before your house.
Does not.
Before your spouse. It should not. And shame on the pastors who allow it.
Amen, Fallon, it's wrong. If you're a pastor and you're allowing someone to serve you and you know that they've got children at home, but they're out with you till 1, 2 o'clock in the morning and they got them babies up with them or them babies at home and they ain't been fed, shame on you, because you're supposed to say, no, go home and take care of those babies.
Absolutely. And wait. I need you, brother or sister.
Mm-hmm.
I give you permission to miss this Thursday night service.
Yes.
Go spend that time with your family. Come on.
Yes. And you should even be able to say, Pastor Willie, I can't come tonight because my child is sick and I need to make sure that I take care of my child. And Pastor Willie should say, you know what, you're excused, or that's right. That's what I want you to do.
Yes.
That's how it's supposed to be. But so often we get caught up. You know what? I'm gonna leave it alone.
Because you would be surprised, Crystal, at the number of pastors' divorces that happen because they treat the church more like their wife than they treat their wife.
Shame on us. Shame. Because that's not supposed to happen. And
the church is not your wife. That's God's wife.
And it has happened for far too long. It has gone on for far too long. And that's one thing that I definitely want to blow the whistle on, is because that should not, and we should not be okay with it. And
Fallon, this is the show where you can say it. I want you to know, if you want to say something, you can say it here. It's all right. It's safe.
It's safe.
The church is God's bride, not yours.
Not yours.
Right. That's right.
Not yours.
Okay. So we need to not, if you married, you shouldn't be cheating on your spouse with the church, or with an object, or with work. Ban me. No, don't ban me. We ain't did nothing wrong.
We ain't did nothing
wrong. Listen, Pat, our apostles will cover us because we talking right.
Oh yeah, and they'll tell you the same thing.
They will tell you the same thing. That's right.
Let me tell you right now, Dr. Kurt Lindiston has been doing this for 40 years plus now, but he always gonna take care of his dog first. That's what he calls her.
That's what he calls her. Dog.
Okay. SD in my church is not first for him. That little lady
is first.
Linda Stennis,
is first.
And that's how it should be.
That's how it's supposed to be.
It was meant to be that way.
That's right.
That's right.
So, and even in this case, we have some pastors that are professional cheaters because they cheat with the church. Oh, I can't be at home. I got to go down to the church and do this. I got to go down to the church and do that. I got no, man, no, woman. Nope.
No.
So, well, you know what? Y'all stopping these preachers and wives from getting full.
Would you black him?
Lord. The church and the members. Right. And you know what? On that note, Fallon. There's another thing. You married folks. You married. I've been married before. Yes, I have. But let me tell you something. Y'all better stop letting folks have meetings with your spouse alone.
I know that's right.
Say it. Shouldn't be.
No, you can't talk to him by yourself. I'm right here.
I'm right here.
I'm right next to him. Not that you don't trust your spouse, but you might not trust who your spouse meeting
talking
with.
to. That's right.
There you go.
That's right.
Yeah. So now you ain't meeting by yourself with nobody.
That's right.
Plus, he is us.
Yep.
Well, okay. Yeah.
See, we stirring up the pot.
I quit. But that's wisdom, y'all. That's just wisdom.
That's what it is.
That's wisdom. Because a lot of stuff got started because Sister Watermelon done closed the door on her and Pastor so-and-so, and then wasn't nobody else in there.
That's a problem.
You ain't got no witness.
And you
so
got
she
and the
can
Bible
say whatever.
Witness. Come on, it's Bible. So how
All
we
of
can't
it.
refute it?
All
It's
of it.
Bible. That's just what it is. It's Bible.
You better have you a witness at all
Period.
times.
Period.
At all times.
At
Because
all
y'all need to
times.
understand, and let me say this, and I'm being serious and very, very honest right now. The enemy is after covenant relationships.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And if he can trip you up with some of this stuff that we're talking about tonight, Lord only knows what'll happen.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so men and women, be wise. Be wise. Brothers, if you marry, if she inboxing you for prayer, she in your DMs wanting prayer, here's a tip. You know what? Let me give you to my wife.
Yep. Yep.
She will pray for you.
Mhm.
There you go.
Y'all, ain't nobody in my comments now. Where they
There you
go?
go.
V.
That's the truth.
We getting ready to go. This is absolute wisdom because growing up in church, I seen First Lady being done a lot of ways, and I ain't doing none of it. Kamisha. Y'all don't want Kamisha to fight nobody. Please, y'all.
It's so true, though. Yeah, it's true.
See,
It's
Giselle and Chris, Charlotte, you on point with that one right there. Y'all, if y'all don't watch Real Housewives of Potomac, then you don't know nothing about this. But Charlotte is absolutely right. Yes, yes, yes. So, you guys, we have to use wisdom in our relationships.
Mm-hmm.
And it is a devastating thing to love someone so hard and then find out that they have stepped out on you.
Pastor Will, you just got a comment that we need to deal with. So
I think it's this one right here.
Yeah.
That's my friend. Says, just curious, do you forgive after infidelity? We have not answered that question. I'm going to leave this one to my co-hosts.
How did I know? How did I know?
Because I will give you my answer. I will text you my answer.
Look, see,
I'm not going to say it on this live.
You say.
Let's deal with it this way first. Let's just say naturally, one would probably say no. More than likely say, no, I ain't forgiving them, or I don't want to forgive them, or whatever the case may be. But spiritually, knowing who God is, in order for us to be forgiven, the word of God says that we, not maybe, not possibly, but we ourselves must forgive. And so, yes, I'm not saying that it will be an instant forgiveness, but I am saying that, and I'm not saying it has to take 5 to 10 years either. I want to let you know that as well. But I do want you to know that, yes, you have to forgive after infidelity. You have to. Now, does that forgiveness mean, what does that look like? Does that mean that, your marriage will stay intact? Possibly. If you all both want your marriage. It's one of the things my husband and I always ask couples when they come to us and when we counsel. Our very first question is, do you want your marriage? Because you both have got to want it if you're going to stay together. If you can honestly say, you know what, this hurt me too much, I don't see any way out of it. Don't. Keita said, forgive him and then leave. But you would be surprised. The word of God says that Jesus, Jesus can heal anything. He can fix anything. He can cover. The Bible says love covers a multitude. So if you want your marriage can be restored. God is a restorer. So if your marriage if you want your marriage, you can definitely. Now, will it be easy? No. It will be a fight. The word of God also lets us know that the enemy comes to steal, to kill, and to destroy. So it's his job to be once you've made up in your mind, and we tell couples this as well. Once you've made up in your mind, I want this marriage, and you've necessarily verbally put it out there. Guess what the enemy's job is? His job is to work double time now and remind you that she cheated or he cheated. Remind you of who it was with. Remind you of what happened. Remind you of how you feel. But you have got to purpose. And you've got to ask the Lord to wash your heart and wash your memory. Again, it's all about what you want. If you want it, he'll do it for you. And the marriage can be restored. If you all cannot walk in love and forgiveness and have the marriage restored, then yes, you may have to say, okay, I forgive you for what you did, but I can't be in this no more. And then Crystal, at that point,
is it a deal breaker for you? Yeah.
She said,
I can forgive you. Now I can leave, and we could be, because that's the choice you made. So it's a wrap. But yeah, I'm a go.
So marriage counselor, Dr. Nancy, this is how I feel.
Okay, I'm listening.
If I can be faithful and devote myself to you and you only, I expect the same in return. If you step out on me, I love you. I will eventually forgive you, but I'm done. Let me tell you right now. It really, really, really takes all of the Jesus and God and all the angels and Mary and JoJo and them. It's going to take all of them to
get you to stay
be with me and to keep me settled.
And so if they all come to keep you settled, then guess what, sir? You stand in that marriage. We all say, we have a married couple.
Hey, Nancy,
we know have had infidelity in their marriage, and they are still together for decades. They have been married, decades. And yes, they had some infidelity. Not one,
but
ma'am, multiple times.
Hey, Liv, if I can call you Liv.
Correct.
I have been there. And I'm telling you, I was out.
And some people are that way. Some people are
that way. And
it's
okay. Because, God hate divorce, but he gave me an out if it's infidelity. And I took it.
I mean, I'll say this.
You ain't cheating on me.
We share that if there's infidelity, because a lot of us say that he gave us that out, but he would, that we would do all that we could and can to stay put.
And I would that you do all that you could to keep yourself put.
Go ahead, Crystal.
It depends on the couple. It just like the young lady said, you don't really know what you're going to do in that situation when it arises. Even if you've been through it before. If the situation arises again and you now have the knowledge of what happened the last time, it's some things that you can take into consideration. You got to forgive. We already know that. So that's a given. Now, for some, it's harder to forget and move past it. It might take you a little longer on that aspect of it. Yeah. But it's all about what decision you make. Now, are you going to stay in this marriage and then harass this person for the duration of the marriage that they cheated? If you're going to forgive, then you're going to pull it together. You're going to move on.
Because that would probably be me. Because if I'm staying, every time I look at you, I'm going to see you with somebody else. And for me, I ain't doing
that's a choice.
But that's a choice.
That's a choice.
That's a choice.
That is the choice.
Look, see what I'm saying? It's a choice. That's why I said the most important question is, if you want your marriage, if you love this person, again, accountability even goes back to how Fallon was sharing that she was willing to do what she was willing to do for the sake of her husband. If I love my spouse, I love my husband, and he loves me, it's going to be a rocky road.
It is.
But we can forge on through it as long as we both in it together. It's going to hurt because some truths have got to come out. We got to peel back some layers. We've got to even, watch this. We've got to identify. Oh, I'm finna get in trouble.
Come on.
I'm so mad at you right now for this one. But we've even got to identify why the infidelity happened. And sometimes we don't even look at that.
Because sometimes they married and they hoes. That's why.
No.
Come on now.
All infidelity is not because you're a hoe.
That's right. All infidelity. We just talked about
Not
it.
Not all of it, but some of it is.
Would you stop?
But guess what?
Some of it is.
You knew that's what they was before you got involved. If they a
listen,
hoe, you knew
you
that.
was a hoe before
Now you
said
own
I
something
do.
now.
You
Now
knew
you
that.
own
was a hoe
something right
before
there.
you said I do. She was a hoe before you said I do. So you knew it. You knew it. And sometimes
you get what you bargained for, right?
If it's not first time around or you broke up other relationships, how you got them?
It comes down to a whole bunch of things.
It really does, and that's why I say it depends on
Yeah.
if you. That's why again, even communication is so important because, and I'm not giving anybody carte blanche to go and do it. But if there's some emotional issues that we've not dealt with, or you're not open to Sally, Sue, and John, Jimmy, John. If you're not telling your wife how much you love her, she's pretty, or whatever the case may be, and Jimmy John come along, we got some emotional stuff starting to happen, and it's brewing, and it's brewing, and it's brewing, and it's brewing, and bam, you done found yourself. I said bam, B-A-M, because I don't know what I said it. You find yourself getting into something, and vice versa. So, again, we got to deal with the root of it. You got to pull back those layers. Because even if you go into another relationship, guess what? If you didn't deal with the root over here, it's going to pop up again over there.
Tyrone, that's a whole nother issue right there.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying.
But this comment it speaks to the communication that Dr. Nancy was talking about.
Yeah,
you have to have those conversations. Hey, this is what I need you to do.
Yeah,
right here. You got to have those conversations.
You have to.
But those are conversations that are necessary even before you say I do.
Absolutely. We really, really got to get off of here, y'all.
You may as well finish the last 8 minutes. We on here now. We out here in this deep now.
Well, wait, because Kamisha said it depends on the type of infidelity and the consequences of that infidelity that comes with it. Well, sometimes the consequences are a child.
And I know someone who's done that as well. And guess what? They're still married, and the child is full grown and now married. And they stayed
power
in
to them. Because it couldn't be.
You stop it.
No. Ain't no stop it. This is the self-checkout show where we take an honest look. Huh?
Lord have mercy.
Oh, Lord. Oh, my goodness. See, look.
But look, now we're baby. But listen to what y'all saying. Because again, what did you say earlier? Who did it earlier? It's in the word. It happened. They didn't divorce. They stayed together. Now, did they have problems afterwards? They did.
You don't call me Abraham because I'm out.
It depends on the situation.
Dr. Nancy is so tired of me tonight, y'all. Right. It is so comical. It is so funny. Guys, and it's funny that we're talking about this right now because actually next week we're going to talk about recovering from the shame of divorce. And that's important too.
Oh, Keita, don't say that.
I don't want you to say that either now, because
what?
Now that you don't take that type of mentality from what we're talking about, because this happens to a small percentage of people who marry. Everybody doesn't marry for the right purposes, the right reasons.
Correct.
It's a number of reasons why people marry. We'll never know why, but this is a small percentage of people who are some aren't even mature enough to walk down the aisle.
Correct.
So,
and I think that even as pastors, as leaders, we have a responsibility to carry that couple through the vows that they're making
Wait.
so that they can understand what they're saying.
Charlotte. Oh Lord.
She is so Lord. Charlotte, could you not fillet him, please? Charlotte said she gonna fillet Mike.
Ain't
Lord.
gonna be nothing to take
Oh,
back.
wait a minute. We got a witness. Hey,
Oh,
my
be a
friend.
guest.
She
Oh,
said,
pick
call
me.
me to be a
Oh,
guest. Pick me
no.
for next week. Oh, come on and join us. I will send you the email. So come on and join us on next week. Yes, y'all, we having fun, but this is real talk.
That's true.
Yeah.
I like Simmons' comment again. It's okay if she doesn't want to marry. We have to show people marriage is an option, not a requirement. Very much so. It is an option. It is
That's
not
true.
a requirement. And
That's
even in
Don't
church,
get me
we can't
started
make
on
it. We
that.
can't pin it on others and tell them that they have to give. That's why we can't. You did a show on that too before, Pastor.
I did not long ago.
Yeah,
I did a show
we
on
can't
that.
do that. We can't do that. I think the biggest thing is just before people say I do, you'd be surprised how many people don't go through premarital counseling. Love you too, Keita. You'd be surprised how many people don't go through premarital counseling. And again, how many of us, and I've said this before, how many people go down that aisle, take those vows, not even understanding what they're saying. They just repeating why? Because the preacher said, repeat after me.
Yeah.
They don't have a clue as to what they're getting into, but they repeat after them.
And Keita, we love you too.
Yes.
Yeah, take that.
Yes.
So guys, we're going to talk about recovering from the shame of divorce next week, and we're going to take a look at that and how divorce affects us and affects our families, affects our children, and everything concerning us. Myself being one who divorced, it comes with a shame, y'all. It comes with a stigma. So we are going to chat about that on next week. My guest will be Kim Taylor and her daughter, Shadonna Thompson, and Renee Hoover. Y'all ready? Y'all gonna be ready?
Ready.
I might not even come on. I might just be in the comments. I don't know. We'll see. I might let the ladies handle this one.
Listen, see.
Y'all know I got some help now. I can sit down. Absolutely. So we're going to shoot you that email. We're going to talk about it next week. You guys, this has been a great show. And in all seriousness, we've had fun. We've had some deep conversations, some laughs, many, many laughs. But in all seriousness, I really, really want to encourage those of you who have experienced infidelity and maybe right now recovering from it. Know this: you are worth everything you think you're worth.
Yes.
You got to know that, okay?
Yes, gotta know that.
Got to know that. And especially to the married people, you know what? I want Dr. Nancy to finish this show tonight because she's got the license. She's the experienced one. I can only speak from a little piece of wisdom.
You're doing good. Keep going. You were doing well. Keep going. You were doing well.
But I can't do it like you.
No, I can't do it like you.
Oh goodness.
It's on my nerves,
no, I think that again, like you said, the show has been most informative, a lot of fun. I want to run home, even like Lady K is saying on here, and so many others have said, don't be afraid of marriage. Don't be afraid of saying the I do. Just understand before you say I do what you're saying I do too. Marriage can be most fulfilling. However, it is work. There are requirements. It's work. And so I would even say to anybody that has dealt with infidelity, again, be honest with yourself, be honest with your spouse about your feelings, and then go from that area to move forward, whether it's alone or intact. That's most
there
important.
you have that. This has been,
and know that there is help. There is help.
Yeah, there is help. Tomorrow night, guys, on Facebook Live, my friend, my brother, I support my friends even though they don't watch the show. Apostle RJ Williams is having a birthday, virtual birthday.
I cannot stand
a virtual birthday service tomorrow night at I believe it's at 7:15 p.m. And the speakers for his virtual birthday service are my pastors, my apostles, Curtis and Linda Stenner. So I will be tuned in for that. And by way of special announcement, you guys, the Wives Matter Network magazine is available.
Yes.
With CEO Andrea Stennis Hudson.
Yes.
Can you believe that? Wow. So you guys can go to www.wivesmatternetwork.com and get your copy today. This girl done got a whole magazine on us.
Got a whole magazine.
Congratulations to her. Congratulations to her. I love you guys. Thank you all for tuning in to the show tonight. We appreciate your presence. We appreciate your comments. This has been the Self-Checkout Show, where we take an honest look at what's in our hearts, minds, and spirits. We'll see you next Monday night at 7:30 p.m. as we discuss recovering from the shame of divorce. For Crystal, for Dr. Nancy, I'm Pastor Will. We'll see y'all next week.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.